Exactly. It's funny, yo. It kind of reminds me of women, low key. Like, a couple of women of my life, I ain't gonna lie. It's like you go and spin the block. Like,
I just spun the block crazy.
spun the block crazy. Like, you leave your job, you had stability. You had a great man, you know what I'm saying? 6'1", 187 with muscle and nice hair.
Wow. He's talking about himself, clearly. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 36 of the Bag Talk Show. Today, we got an amazing episode for you guys because we're going to be talking about inflation, the stock market, the job market, what's happening with crypto. There's a lot of current news. Plus, we're going to update you guys with what's going on with the Bag Talk Show right now. We got amazing updates for you guys. I'm telling you, we were not playing games, bro. Like, we went to InvestFest and we got the job done.
That is a fact.
You know, we definitely got a lot of good things coming for you guys. We're super excited. We're cheesing because there's a lot of good things coming. But let's just talk about it, bro. What's up with the job market right now?
Bro, I know y'all probably seen it in some of your friends, right? A lot of people quit their jobs in the pandemic. It was called the Great Resignation for a reason. A lot of people left the job market because everybody wanted to become a professional NFT trader.
That's a fact. There were a lot of millionaires made.
Nah, for real. But then, listen, the money done dried up. Money done dried up. Stimmy stopped getting handed out and everything, and people are coming back to work. Yeah. And I think you had some stats on the type of people coming back to work, right?
Yeah, and speaking of the NFT and all the crypto millionaires, I don't want to say the exact number because I might be off here, but I'll just say the lower amount. I know more than 50% of them became broke again. Because think about it, the crypto fall off was ridiculous, right?
That's a fact.
So that's why a lot of people who were millionaires didn't sell. They became, obviously, I want to say broke, but they're not doing exactly what they were back then.
That's a fact.
So it changed up. But basically, this is some of the things that are happening, right? So companies like Best Buy are doing hundreds of layoffs right now. You got Peloton that's slashing 780 jobs. They're closing stores, which is crazy because a lot of people didn't even know Peloton had stores because a lot of people thought they were just e-commerce, but they're closing stores. And this is the other crazy part. So you were talking about 2020. Yeah. People were quitting their jobs, right? Because they were getting stimmies. And they were like, okay, we could just get money and then we'll start our own business. We got stimmy so they could, support us.
Unemployment, all of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
However, businesses were also doing the same because businesses were getting a lot of money too, right? So Amazon actually doubled in size since 2020. But now they're laying off more than 99,000 people. So that's pretty big, right? Like they're reducing their size by 99,000 people. Yeah. So I don't know if that's layoffs necessarily or firing, but that's what the articles are saying. So that's big news when you think about it. And the whole Great Resignation, this is the crazy part, right? So we did a lot of research and digging into this. Listen to this. So the Great Resignation turned to Great Reshuffle. So what that really means is when people were resigning, they found out that their companies that they came to that were new were not the same as the old companies, meaning it wasn't the same flexibility. People were thinking that it was going to be sweet, not working 40 hours, 50 hours a week, but then they realized they actually have to work way more now than their previous companies.
Grass ain't always greener.
Bro, that's literally what this says. That's exactly what, he didn't even know this. That's literally what the article says. It says, moral of the story, the grass is not always greener on the other side. Thanks. But Pete, it went from the Great Resignation to the Great Reshuffling to now the Great Rehiring because think about it. We just said a lot of layoffs are happening, right?
Yeah.
Well, with these layoffs, now the job market competition has increased because when you get fired or laid off, you have to get another job. But the people who were reshuffling earlier are realizing the economy's getting tough. We're in a recession, so I need to make my bills, right? I need to pay. So now they're trying to get rehired. But it's so hard because of the people that got laid off. So now it's a whole mess in the job market, but no one's even talking about it because every time you check the job report, it looks great. So there's a lot of badness happening.
Exactly. It's funny, yo. It kind of reminds me of women, low key. Like, a couple of women of my life, I ain't gonna lie. It's like you go and spin the block. Like,
I just spun the block crazy.
Spun the block crazy. Like, you leave your job, you had stability. You had a great man, you know what I'm saying? 6'1", 187 with muscle and nice hair.
Wow. He's talking about himself, clearly. Body fat percentage of 2%. I hear that.
Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? We do it all over here. You go to the next man. He's not providing you with what you think you need.
The grass is not always green on the other side.
Grass is not always green, and now you're trying to spin the block, but it's too late. We already done leveled up. Yeah. We don't need you anymore. You know what I'm saying? That's literally what's going on in the job market.
But high key, that's facts right there, right? You know how you said like the level up thing for the girl and the guy perspective?
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. People who got fired or laid off, right, are going back to their old jobs. asking for a certain salary, but this salary expectation is now lowered by the employer.
Wow.
So if you think about it, before employees were running the game, right? For 2020 to 2020, 1.5, right?
Yeah.
Like that's when the switch was happening, and now the employers got control of it.
Yep.
So the whole spin the block is actually a great analogy, to be honest, because now it's like, yo, I don't have to give you attention. I don't have to answer your text right away because you're the one spinning the block on
Exactly.
me. That's why a lot of employers now are saying you have to come back to work. Like the whole work from home, unless you're a software engineer in the tech field, it don't fly anymore. I don't care if you're in finance. Get your butt back in the office.
Real life.
So there's a lot happening. I know we're going to pause for a sec, right? Because this man was just talking about body fat percentage looking good, looking nice. If y'all want to look nice, you can rock the bag talk gear, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about some updates that we have for you guys. Obviously, we have some new gear, right? So you want to let them know what that says?
This says follow the money, and if you watch the show, you know we always say that follow the money. But listen, we the money.
That's a
follow
fact.
us. So first of all, if you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe right now. If you're not subscribed to us on podcast, subscribe on podcast. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, everything. The Bag Talk Show. And this gear, we got a lot of compliments on this.
Yeah,
bro.
and it's cool because there's a logo. You guys can't see it, but there's a Bad Talk logo on the bottom right. I have the same shirt in pink, literally the same thing. It's on the top left. We got some dope gear that we wore in the last video. It's a white shirt with the Bad Talk. We obviously got the OG shirt as well. So there's a lot of cool stuff happening there. We have hats as well. So if you guys are interested, I know a lot of them hit us up, right?
Nice.
So we're not even lying when we say this. Like I know a lot of people think we're capping, but people are legitimately asking us. So make sure you comment below if you're interested in these shirts. Some other updates. So we are thinking about launching our own community right now as well for you guys that basically we'll be answering any questions you guys have. And the best part is it's unanimous, right? So you don't know who's asking these questions. So it's pretty cool. We're going to have live chats. We're going to have book clubs, accountability groups. A lot of that good stuff is coming into the community. So if you're interested, comment below. For my podcast listeners, if you guys have not checked this out, Spotify now lets you actually look at what we're doing as well. AKA, they allow videos on Spotify podcasts now. So you can see us while listening to us as well. So definitely check that out. And should we tell them who we're bringing on?
I mean,
bro, we got some cool people coming.
Should we tell them yet though?
I mean, all right, we have a lot of people in lock right now, right? So we're having great conversations. We're going to try to bring on people for business, for credit, on how to do even Toro possibly. Like we got cool stuff coming. So make sure you guys are subscribed, liking the video, the channel, and all that. But let's roll it back. So now let's talk about the stock market inflation. So what you got?
Yeah, so we saw the most recent inflation print come out. Inflation went down, everybody. It actually went down finally.
Thank God.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but low key, a lot of people think we out the deep water, but we're not quite out the water yet. Like, because September's print is very important. If you remember earlier this year, there was an inflation print that we expected it to go down, but it actually went up when it was supposed to. You know
Yeah.
Like,
It was just 2 months ago.
yeah, it was very recent. You know what I'm saying? Like we saw improvement, and then inflation shot right back up. Mm-hmm. So this might be another of those situations where we saw improvement in our recent print in July, and it could shoot right back up for the August print. Right? So be careful of that. I think we're more so out the water. Maybe if we see a couple decent prints in a row.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We'll see how that's going. But yeah, man, the stock market reacted beautifully to it, right? Once everybody saw inflation go down to 8.5%, but they were expecting 8.7. They was like, "Oh shoot, are we out of the?" Are we
No, honestly, the S&P 500, right? It actually surged 3.3% for this week, rising for the fourth straight week. That's the highest and most profitable rally since November, right, of last year. It's been a very hard year for everyone. Every time I talk to someone, they're like, yo, what's your portfolio looking like? Is it red? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yes, bro, it's red. Like, I don't know how many times I got to tell you. Everyone's is red, okay? I don't care if it's 1% red. That's a different story, right? But, yeah, everyone's doing not the greatest in the stock market right now. So I think I agree with what you're saying. Like, if we see a couple more months of this inflation news being better and it's going, the direction we want, yeah, I think we're going to see positive rallies. In my personal opinion, I think we see pullbacks right now. I think this might just be, I don't want to sound negative, but I think it's like a little fake out right now. But that's just my opinion on where I think we're going to go. I
mean, we've had the worst start to the S&P 500 in how long? Literally years. It might be a record, actually.
Yeah, it was. We actually mentioned it on the show before.
Yeah, we have, So I think that a lot of times when you have years where the S&P starts off so negative, it actually ends the year positively. And I wouldn't be surprised if we actually end this year on a positive note, or at least
Overall? Like S&P?
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
Overall,
tough.
or even break even. If to just to end the year like that, like that's very possible. Like it's
I mean,
actually
how many months left? September? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you see even the action that we've seen in the markets right now, it's actually climbing up pretty quickly.
That would be a ridiculous rally, though. Because the next, it's got to make up what it was down. We were in bear market, so it was down more than 20%. Mm-hmm. And now, I think last time I checked, it was like 16 to 17. So it's got to make that up to end positive. It's got to have an 18% turnaround, which is 4 months. And this is exactly why, by the way, this is exactly why DCA matters. This is literally why, for those who are listening right now, dollar cost averaging literally matters. And if you listen to the best podcast in the world, it doesn't matter. They're going to tell you the same advice.
No, definitely.
Dollar cost averaging is the best way to go about it.
Proven strategy. But I mean, I don't really think that's actually a lot to make up, because we there's certain days that we go up 2% in a day.
Yeah, we go crazy. That's true.
You know what I mean? So it's like extremely possible. And like even statistically, like when we have such negative starts to a year, it actually tends to end on a good note. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that. First of all, but what do you think? You think we bottomed out already? You think we've seen the worst?
I was just about to say, Kathy Woods, people don't know who that is. She's like the person who basically runs ARK, right? She's a founder of ARK. ARK is a whole fund that basically that invests in a lot of technology, right? So she was talking about this. She mentioned how we're already in a recession and she sees more coming. Right, so I mean, she's not the most accurate person, clearly, obviously, right?
Okay.
But I will say though that I think we have bottomed out, but that doesn't mean, and I don't know if this is going to make sense, that doesn't mean that I don't think we're going to go back down.
No,
we're not going to hit.
We can move choppily.
Right. I think, like, say bottom was like negative 30, right? I think we're going to hit like negative 20, and we're not going to hit that 30 point again. We're going to hit negative 20 and then bounce back up. And we're going to be between negative 20 and negative 10.
I know what you mean.
Right? So it's like when someone's struggling in a basketball game, like they've been having trash basketball games for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks in a row, and they're averaging 5 points. I'm not saying you average 5. You can average like 10 to 11. You're still booty, you know what I mean? You're doing terrible, but you're just not regular. So I think that's where we're gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it. I just think we need a catalyst though, because right now there's no real catalyst to bring the markets like.
Always need a catalyst.
Yeah, because everything is already priced in. Everything that's going on right now is priced in. So what's the new news that's gonna make the stock market react super negatively to bring us back?
Negatively. Negatively, Evergrande, China. With the whole, people don't know what we're talking about here. China is obviously one of the largest growing economies that we've seen in the world. They were supposed to take over the U.S. A lot of news was on that, right? But then Evergrande, which is their largest real estate company out there, they're struggling right now. They're defaulting a lot of their loans. We all know the relationship between China and U.S. and China and the world. Mm-hmm. So if they are really, really impacted, Evergrande fails. So I think that could have impact as a negative catalyst. But mid-year elections in September, October, November, that time period, it usually increases the stock market.
Exactly.
So there's a lot that could happen. We're not really predictors. On the Bad Talk Show, we don't like to say exactly what's going to happen every single time. We just provide you guys with news. We provide you guys with financial literacy, and we give you guys our opinions.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, really, what's left is to be seen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, I mean, that should cover the stock market for you guys. That should cover the inflation news for you guys, so you're up to date on that. Now, let's talk about some crypto news, right? There's a lot of crypto love that's being shown right now, so I want you to speak on that. What's up with the whole BlackRock and crypto mergers going on?
Yeah, for sure. So, everybody who thought crypto was dead, I don't know, man. You looking shaky now. They got quiet again.
Now, it happens every time.
Yo, bro.
Literally, it happens every single time,
I'm telling you, bro. We go through these crypto bear markets, and all the crypto haters get real loud. Mm-hmm. And then people who really, really know crypto for real they just be silently laughing. Like, that's what I was doing the whole time. Like, hey, y'all gonna see. I didn't have no crypto arguments in the past few months. I was like, y'all gonna see.
Yeah, the biggest thing is, like, at the end of the day, right, if you just go and look at the history behind crypto, and that's why we preach, just go and check out the history. The numbers are right in front of you every time. Crypto always does this. It goes down, it goes back up, it goes down, it goes back up.
You have exchanges that fail. This is not new.
Yeah. And speaking of exchanges, this is the biggest thing, right? So speak on BlackRock and Coinbase.
Exactly. So BlackRock is partnering with Coinbase to provide some of their institutional clients exposure to crypto. All right, so you have BlackRock now getting involved with crypto. BlackRock is the biggest asset manager in the world. You know what I'm saying? They manage over $10 trillion worth of...
Trillion with a T.
With a T. All right, that's
a big number. That's the largest asset management firm in the world. Just let that sink in.
Exactly, and they're partnering with Coinbase to provide crypto exposure. All right, they also have a spot Bitcoin private trust that they're providing to their investors as well. So what we're saying with that is that BlackRock realizes that there's a huge demand for crypto from their clients, so they're providing that service. They're making efforts to do it. All right, this is not a small deal, bro.
Nah, this is the biggest thing, right? You know how you said that about BlackRock? So look, right? Their global head of strategic ecosystem partnerships, right? Big title. But at the end of the day, this is what they're saying. They're saying our institutional clients are increasingly interested in gaining exposure to digital asset markets and are focused on how to efficiently manage the life cycle of those assets. Very simple terms, digital assets is crypto, guys, like digital currencies. So their clients are intrigued by what's going on. So that's why BlackRock came in. They're not stupid, right? They understand the world, they understand the future, which direction we're going, and they're like, yo, tap in. We're about to go into the crypto world.
Definitely, bro. And then there was also an article that said, over 75% of institutions plan on using crypto in the future. Over 75%. That's not a small amount. And then there was 65% of people said that they're willing to invest in crypto as long as their financial institution is the providers of the service.
Which makes sense, though. We always listen. I've been big on this. I don't think that crypto could work without regulation. It's not going to happen. Yeah. You're going to have regulation. It's just not possible, right? But that's not a bad thing, though. Regulation could be a good thing because if you invest in the stock market, for those of you who don't know, right? If you invest in a bank or whatever you're putting your money, it's FDIC insured, meaning if something goes wrong with your money, as long as it's under $250,000, you can get that money back. It's insured.
And the SEC also makes sure that there's not manipulation and corruption going on within that financial market.
Facts.
But there's no SEC version for crypto.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you need regulation. And even this came out, right? So 36% of financial institutions that were surveyed said that CBDC will cause a significant impact on society. Central bank digital currency. Once again, digital currency, digital assets. We already seen China have its own digital coin. We saw Joe Biden basically come out here in the U.S. and sign a whole initiative to focus on the United States digital currency and digital assets. We're heading in that world. You just said it earlier. 20 years from now, we're going to look back at this, right? So talk about that.
Exactly. I feel like 20 years from now, we're going to look back and be like, yo, we really was using cash. We really was using physical money.
Yeah.
The world is changing before
y'all were using physical money. I don't use cash.
This guy literally never uses cash.
I don't care. Anyone says Venmo, PayPal, Square, my baby, you know what I'm saying? That's really my child. Zelle me anything. I'm not everything's on Google, Apple Pay right here, bro. You go to the train station in New York, you know what I'm talking about. Just boom, tap, we in.
This guy here.
Simple.
Man. Nah, I can't take him anywhere. Nah, but I'm telling y'all, man. And for those who don't know what a CBDC is, like we said, central bank digital currency. But what it is just picture your dollar is just now in digital form. All right, so it's not decentralized. It's literally centralized. It's called a central bank's digital currency, right?
Yes,
so I need y'all to understand that.
That's a good catch.
Yeah. So make sure you guys don't confuse that with crypto, because crypto is supposed to be decentralized, and then CBDC is it's like these countries are saying, all right, we know y'all like digital assets, but we're about to be the ones behind it. We're going to be the ones controlling it.
Yeah.
You know
bro, at the end of the day, think about it. When you're in a house, right, no matter what you want to do, no matter who you are or how old you are, the person who pays the bill in the house runs it, right? Like your parents' crib, you're not going to walk in there and be disrespectful. They pay the bills, they run it. It's the same thing. You're not going to walk in America and tell America how to run everything. At the end of the day, they are the owners of the country, aka they're the owners of the home. So they're going to tell you, yeah, you guys like this? Cool, then you have to do X, Y, Z, which is you got to follow this digital currency in this fashion. So you want to go and stay until 12 o'clock, you got to wash all the dishes, you got to do all the chores. Simple as that. It's very simple when you break things down.
That's a fact. And so speaking of all this crypto talk, if we talk about cryptos that we like, I know we're big on Bitcoin and Ethereum. I love what Ethereum is doing with the merge.
Yep.
So I just want to talk on the merge real quick. What the merge is they're going from proof of work to proof of stake. And for those who don't know what it is, we definitely broken down on the channel before, so we won't get into it now. But just understand it's going to make Ethereum a lot more efficient, all right? Energy efficient. We're talking about the consumption of energy going down by 99.95%.
Say that number one more time.
99.95% energy consumption decrease, right? So we know that Ethereum right now is going to become a lot more energy efficient. So that means that they're going to now issue out less Ethereum to their miners. So in case you don't know, when you mine a coin, right, you're actually receiving Ethereum as a reward. So they literally create Ethereum to reward you, all right, as a miner.
Yep.
So now that you don't have to, spend as much money on energy, they're actually going to decrease this reward because you don't have to compensate for those spending on energy.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So they're throwing out less Ethereum into the atmosphere, which means that now Ethereum won't be inflated anymore because Ethereum has an inflation rate of 4.3%. You know, in the United States, we just said our inflation was like 8.5 right now, right? So you guys know inflation is not really necessarily a good thing.
Yeah.
They're going to bring inflation down to 0.4%. What does this all mean? Bullish. This means Ethereum is going to the sky because it's supply and demand. When you have a lower supply of something, a higher demand, the price goes up. So I say all that to say, I'm bullish on Ethereum. I love what they're doing with this merge right now.
Yeah, I think you summarized it really well, to be honest. Like, there's nothing else I have to even add to that. We're very bullish on it. And inflation, as you kind of said it, right? Like, the only thing I would add is just think about it like this. For people who are familiar with the dollar and not crypto, when we were printing a lot of money, inflation went up, right? Simple as that. And then the value of the dollar obviously went down. Cool. Now we're taking away money. We're doing quantitative tightening, not easing, right? So we're kind of holding back everything. We're not stimulating the economy. So now our dollar value goes back up. It's worth more. Same concept. Dollar and crypto, same exact thing. With Ethereum not being delivered as much now, not being rewarded as much now, right? Well, since you're saving it, the value of it goes up now. Simple as that, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing really to complicate on it. The cool thing I thought was, it was like some article saying how basically it's going to increase like the transactional speed, right? So basically, if I'm sending ETH to Rel and he's receiving it, how fast does he get it? It says the transactional speed will not be noticeably faster. However, because it's going to proof of stake, you will see a 10% increase in block production, right? So what that means is when the blockchain is doing this whole work of verifying everything for us, right, you're going to see a little bit of speed in there. It's not going to be noticeable, but it is faster. So we do have to give credit where credit is due. Like, yeah, you're not seeing noticeable changes, but you see it's faster. You see energy being saved. What more do you really want? And inflation. So that's why you saw Ethereum go from like, I think 1,200 to like 2,000 at a point. It had a pullback, but it did hit 2,000, and it hasn't hit that in a very long time.
Exactly. And they're also burning Ethereum, by the way. Whenever people transact with it, they're also burning Ethereum. So that's another way that they're decreasing the supply. So if you notice, there's a big effort to decrease supply so we can have a deflationary currency. Like, what makes Bitcoin so dope is that it's literally deflationary. Like, you know, there's a set amount, and so the more people that have it, the more in demand the little bit that's left is. You know, it's deflationary currency. So Ethereum is kind of moving in that direction in a sense. So big on Ethereum, y'all. Like, keep your eye out for it. Definitely get it on this pullback. You don't want to miss out because y'all seen Ethereum go to crazy prices. Last time you felt like you were missing out. Well, yeah, you got your chance again.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And at the end of the day, we always say, right, rock with the best of the best. Bitcoin, Ethereum, DCA, your way to being a millionaire. As simple as that. But that's basically what we want to talk about. So this type of episode was different, right? We had a lot of different events that we want to talk about that are happening in the world, but also within the Bad Talk world itself. So once again, guys, updates. New merch, comment if you like it, right? Comment if you want to be a part of the group as well. And if you're a Spotify listener, make sure you leave some reviews for us. Make sure you let us know if you're feeling the whole video stuff on Spotify or not, right? But regardless, we love you. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Plus, hit that little notification bell because we drop
2 videos a week.
And you don't want to miss them. Make sure you check out our episode on Monday. But until then, peace.
Peace.
Soundstripe.